A day on the Focus with your girl Anne. It's December 4th, and buckle up, Buttercup, because history's been busy today, folks. First off, way back in 771, Carloman I, a Frankish king who sounds like he should be in a Disney movie, but probably wasn't, kicks the bucket, leaving his brother Charlemagne to rule the roost. Charlemagne. Say it with me, Charlemagne? Sounds like a breakfast cereal, right? Then, a quick jump to 1110. Baldwin I of Jerusalem and Sigurd the Crusader, a dynamic duo if ever there was one, capture Sidon during the First Crusade. Imagine the victory celebrations. Probably involved a lot of questionable medieval hygiene practices. Fast forward to 1563, and the Council of Trent wraps up its epic, nearly 2-decade-long meeting. Think of all the coffee that was consumed and maybe some political maneuvering. Now, 1619, the arrival of 38 colonists in Virginia. And get this, they declared the day a perpetual Thanksgiving. Talk about a head start on the holiday spirit. However, later that year, 50 Christians get executed in Japan. Talk about a mood swing. We've got battles. Lund in 1676, the bloodiest in Scandinavian history. Yikes. Royal farewells. Washington at Fraunces Tavern in 1783, the first Sunday newspaper. The Observer, 1791, gossip columns, anyone? And even impeachment proceedings. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Chase in 1804. There is something for everyone. 1861 gives us the Confederate States electing Jefferson Davis as president. And in 1864, Sherman's March to the Sea. Sounds like a fun beach trip, but trust me, it wasn't. 1872, the Mary Celeste is discovered adrift. The mystery lives on. Meanwhile, Boss Tweed escapes prison in 1875, but gets caught later, the escapee. A whole bunch of other events that happened around those years makes this a very, very interesting year. We get the founding of iconic institutions, the Los Angeles Times, 1881. No, I'm not going to read the headlines. And Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, 1906, the first intercollegiate Greek letter fraternity for African Americans. And of course, the first Grey Cup game in 1909. Go team! Then comes World War II, mine-struck battleships, and the closing of the Works Progress Administration, 1943. Sounds like something that a few people might complain about. 1948 gives us a tragic ship explosion, the SS Kiangya, and 1956 brings together the $1 Million Quartet, Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash in one room. I wonder what kind of insurance they had to deal with all those rock and roll antics. Oh, and 1964, the free speech movement at Berkeley. Gotta love some student activism. Then, in 1969, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark are tragically killed. A dark chapter to remember. Finally, let's not forget Frank Zappa's concert in 1971, which, thanks to a flare gun, inspired Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water. It's a song that we all probably heard before. ... Okay, so, now for my totally made-up story connecting some of today's historical events. Imagine Charlemagne, bored with his reign, decides to escape to a sunny beach. He accidentally boards the Mary Celeste, don't ask how, only to find it populated by ghosts of the Council of Trent delegates, arguing endlessly about theology. They somehow convince Charlemagne to join in a heated debate about the merits of Sunday newspapers versus daily ones, and he promptly gets distracted from his vacation and his plans. And that's your dose of history for today, folks. Tune in tomorrow for another whirlwind tour through time. Same place.